Welcome back to the Test Modeler 101 series. In this episode, we're going to look at overlaying test automation onto your models. Now, automation can be applied to a lot of different places in your model. Typically, people will put it at the start, end, or on their waypoint nodes. Essentially, how it works is we overlay a reference onto one of these blocks, and then that reference makes a call out to a code snippet or a keyword or whatever relevant sort of automation asset that you've got in your workspace. Now, this can be pretty much any automation framework or scripting language. In the example here, we are using Java Selenium, but it can be literally anything that you want. Now, there's a couple of ways to get that automation onto the model. We can either import it via the Project Explorer. This is particularly useful if you're building a model from scratch using automation. And you can import things like scanned objects from the web scanner, imported objects from code repositories, and any predefined action packs that we have in Test Modeler. Now, alternatively, we can overlay these things manually on top of the model. This is particularly useful if you, say, have built a model up front and then the automation has become available later. Once that's done, you can simply come in, select the automation reference from a list, and apply it to those existing nodes. So here we are inside of Test Modeler, inside one of our examples folders. Now, inside here we have our module collections. These are the functions that we're going to be overlaying on top of the model. Now, there's lots of different functions in here. Some are for asserting particular things exist on the web page. Others are for clicking on buttons and also for entering data into some fields. This is an automation model. Now, inside here we have a variety of different functions. So at the beginning of this model, we have our open URL, and you'll see if I click on our automation shortcut here, it takes us to the automation references, and inside here we have a go to URL. Now, this is using one of our Quick Start frameworks. In this instance, it's using Quick Start Web, which is a Java Selenium based framework. As we continue through the model, you'll see that we're using these references throughout. So as well as our go to URL, we also have an enter email here. This has been parameterized so that it can take a test data variable from our model. If we take a quick step back, what we're doing is we're assigning a value for invalid email here and then passing that down into our automation reference at the next stop. So, how can we build these automation models? The first way we want to discuss is using the Project Explorer to import existing modules. So what I've done is I've navigated inside my current project and opened up our Magento login automation. What I can do here is first of all click on the required function, hit import, and you'll see that imports the waypoint and the associated automation onto the canvas. I can continue to do this with the other assets, so for example, enter password, and you'll see that that overlays not only just the automation, but some of the associated test data as well. Alternatively, we can overlay the test automation manually. To do this, I want to drag a blue waypoint over from the actions canvas, rename this click button, and then inside of our automation tab, I can click add and search for our general web actions. And then I can come through and pick up our click, which gives you the option to define what object locator we want to use to click. I'll hit save, and you'll see that has now the same effect in that we've overlaid this automation reference on top of the model.